Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor Tham Yad to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Racha, Kodash. Zalaki. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone rule well. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopefully elect of Israel. All right, this lesson I'm going to read through Deuteronomy 30 and just go with the spirit from there, I guess. See where the spirit goes. This is a very heavy chapter in my physical Bible. I actually ended up highlighting the whole chapter. All right, it's a very heavy chapter. This is Deuteronomy 30 and 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither Yahweh thy God hath driven thee, and shalt return unto Yahweh thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then Yahweh thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither Yahweh thy God hath scattered thee. Right now we are scattered all over. All right, we're in captivity right now to this day. All right. Let me get Isaiah going in with some of this, what we just read. Let's get Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. All right, now this is going into the famine of the word. Because pretty soon he's not going to be able to, be found, so to speak. All right? Because the truth is going to be taken off the streets, off the internet, everything. All right? Isaiah 55 and 6. Seek ye Yahweh while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto Yahweh, for he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, which is Yahweh, for he will abundantly pardon. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and the name of his only begotten Son is Yahweh Shai. All right, but Israel metaphorically is the son also. But so it just said, seek Yahweh while he may be found, and it's telling you if you're wicked, you're committing sin, which sin, according to 1 John 3 and 4, is transgression of the law. So eating shrimp, eating pork, committing adultery, wearing mixed fabric, even homosexuality, stuff like that. All right, those are examples of sin. So Yahweh is telling you, and we try the best we can. We try the best we can. There's plenty of laws that we're not able to keep in captivity. Okay, but we try what we can. We can definitely, do the dietary laws. All right, stay away from pork and shrimp and crab, lobster, dog, rats, because people literally be eating that stuff. All right, we can do the dietary laws and all, the ones that you can keep. Try your best. That's the point. The ones that you're not able to keep, then that's where grace comes in. All right, but don't willfully not do something because I like the taste of bacon. No, okay, then you're not under grace at that point. All right, you're abusing grace. You're basically stomping on Yahweh Shai's blood, man. All right. But it says, let the wicked forsake his way, and let him return unto Yahweh, and he'll have mercy upon him. All right? And Yahweh is going to have mercy upon the 144,000 and the 1/3. Yahweh Shai Ratazah, we're of the 144,000. All right? Or if you are a sincere sister, that you're of the 1/3, because we repented. And that's a major, that doesn't mean that we're going to be saved, because many are called, but few are chosen. Right? Many are brought into this truth, but few endure and have faith and works to the end. Right? But we have to keep the faith and continue, to try our best. And Yahweh will have mercy upon us, although we don't deserve it. I personally, speaking on my own behalf, I deserve infinity-full death in the worst ways possible. And that's even mercy. All right? Let me get it. Filthy rags. Righteousness is likened unto filthy rags in Isaiah. Isaiah 64 and 6. Okay, I'll start verse 5. Thou meetest him that rejoiceth and worketh righteousness, those that remember thee in thy ways. Behold, thou art wroth, for we have sinned, in those is continuance, and we shall be saved. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our unrighteousness are as filthy rags. And we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. Now, that reminded me that, especially the very last part of that, verse 6. Wait, was that verse 6? Slovakia. Verse 6, right here where it says, and we all do fade as a leaf, and our iniquities like the wind have taken us away. That last part, like the iniquities like the wind have taken us away. This reminds me of this right here. 2 Ezra 16 and start at verse 73. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire. Going into being persecuted if you read up or above it. All right, but that shows that there's a chosen inside the chosen people. All right, there's a chosen inside the nation of Israel, which is talking about the 144,000 and the 1/3, the elect. Right, verse 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand, Jacob's trouble. All right, but I will deliver you from the same. Talking about the elect, he's going to deliver the elect. Be not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. Okay, so you got to battle the flesh, man. We're constantly at war with the flesh. Yeah, like we were talking about in a lesson, I think it was a few days ago. You have to put off the old man. All right, we're reborn. We become a new man. We have new responsibilities. We have new ways that we have to conduct ourselves, and that's according to the scriptures. This is 1 Peter 2, verse 11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain, which basically means to stay away from, to avoid, from fleshly lust, which war against the soul. All right? Because we're in the world, but we're not of the world. We use it, we don't abuse it. Okay? We may go to school, we may have, jobs, we may play video games and watch movies, or, go bowling and watch, NFL or something, to be balanced, but we're not of the world. We're not consumed by the world. We understand that none of this matters, okay? That what matters is the scriptures, all right? Yahweh and Yahweh Shai and this truth. That's what matters, all right? Which all together goes hand in hand. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai and this truth, it all goes in together, all right? The Bible, basically. Specifically the KJV, whether it be KJV or KJV 6011, but New King James is wrong, all right? Don't use that one. It's best to get the KJV 1611 with the Apocrypha. All right, but let's head back to Deuteronomy 30. So Yahweh said that he's going to turn the captivity from us, and he's going to have compassion upon us. Let me read that again, Deuteronomy 30 and 3. That then Yahweh thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations where the Yahweh thy God hath scattered thee. And since we were scattered among all nations and we were discontinued from our heritage, our people became like heathens. Our people became Gentiles. Our people, which that's going into because the Gentiles that receive salvation are Israelites. All right, Cornelius was an Israelite. All right, salvation is only for the nation of Israel. Look at Revelation chapter 7. It names 144,000 being 12,000 men from each of the 12 tribes. It doesn't say men, but we know that through other scriptures. And the 1/3 is the men, women, and children. And you can be like, well, that multitude, that's what the 1/3 is. All right, read Zechariah 13, 8-9, goes into how 2/3 of our people have to be cut off and die, and then there's the 1/3. All right, that great multitude is the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Go 2 chapters before it, Revelations 5, 9, and 10. It tells you that is Israelites. You can also read Exodus 19 and 5-6, I believe. But I've made videos on that before. So since we were scattered among all nations, we were discontinued. We even look like all nations now, all right, because it goes by your patrilineal, your father's line, okay? I want to keep that there. Let me go to, I know it's in Baruch. I'm not sure. We are yet this day on our captivity, where thou hast, there we go. Baruch 3 And I'll start at verse 5. Remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. For thou art Yahweh our God, and thee, O Yahweh, will we praise. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name, and praise thee in our captivity. For we have called to mind all the iniquity of our forefathers that sinned before thee. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from Yahweh our God. Hear, Israel, the commandments of life, give ear to understand wisdom. All right? How happeneth it, Israel, Baruch 3:10, how happeneth it, Israel, that thou art in thine enemy's land, that thou art waxen old in a strange country, that thou art defiled with the dead, that thou art counted with them that go down into the grave. Thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom. For if thou hast walked in the way of Yahweh, thou shouldest have dwelled in peace forever. All right? So we went off, man. That because reincarnation's in the scriptures. We committed iniquity. We committed... Oh, Salakia. Okay, I thought I pressed on highlights. Oh, since I was right there, let me get that. Because I was talking about how if you willfully sin, you're stomping on Yahweh Shai's blood. This is Hebrews 10:26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth. All right, meaning to keep the laws after we've already been told and taught you have to keep the laws and this and that, and you still don't. There remaineth no more sacrifice for sins, because what was that sacrifice? Yahweh Shai. But a certain fearful looking for a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation, which shall devour the adversaries. He that despised Moses' law died without mercy under 2 or 3 witnesses. Of how much sore punishment suppose ye shall he be thought worthy who hath trodden underfoot the Son of Yahweh, and hath counted the blood of the covenant wherewith he was sanctified an unholy thing, and hath gone and Salakia, an unholy thing, and hath gone despite unto the Spirit of grace. For we know him that hath said, Vengeance belongeth unto me, I will recompense, saith Yahweh. And again, Yahweh shall judge his people. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. All right, and that's going into judgment, man, because Yahweh can destroy you in so many different ways. Like you don't want to have to think about that, man. Like in terms like you shouldn't be wanting to, because when hell breaks loose, a lot of these people are going to be scared, man. They're going to be thinking, man, I should have listened to them. You don't want to be that person that's going to sit there and think, how am I going to be taken out? Am I going to be tortured to death? Am I going to be ripped apart by cannibals? Am I going to, people are going to die terribly, man. Which is why you have to repent and come back to Yahweh Yahushai. All right, period. Oh, Salakia, now I press highlights. Oh my goodness. Salakia, we got to wait for this to load. But like I'm saying, our captivity is almost over. All right, now is it this year or next year or the year after that? We don't know. Okay, but we know that we're close. It could be this year. We're not going to rule that out. Only Yahweh knows that. All right, but we know that it is drawing nigh. We know that our salvation is near. All right, we understand that through the scriptures and through the prophecies that are manifesting by the day. All right, that we're seeing. The government, it's been almost 3 weeks. The government's still shut down. All right, and once February comes around, a lot of benefits are going to be cut off, and tax refunds may not go back, and that all that money, billions of dollars, is going to get sucked out of the economy and can basically throw the whole U.S. economy into recession because the tax refunds aren't going out. So this place is done, man. It's circling the drain. All right, World War III tensions are at an all-time high. I'd say, I've read some articles about it too. All right, like this is a very serious thing. You see plagues, you see more and more death, more and more wickedness. All right, there's more wickedness, than ever. All right. Goodness, it's still loading. Okay, there we go. This is Ezekiel 7:3. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And mine eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. The end is come, the end is come. It watches for thee, behold, it is come. All right. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. And mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh that smiteth. All right, I think I'm going to get a couple more and I'm going to close. This is 2 Ezra 15, and I'll start at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So it's our job to teach you. All right, it's our job to rebuke you. It's our job to teach the prophecies, the scriptures, to tell you to repent. All right, we're the messengers, man. We are the messengers. If you don't like the message, then you take that up with the person who sent the message. All right, not the messenger. All right, because if you hate the messengers and you hate the message, then you hate the person who sent it. All right, period. Verse 2, and it says, cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. The prophecies are going to come to pass, man, whether you like it or not. And then when it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, incredulity means somebody not able to understand or unwilling to. All right. And then verse 4 says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So you don't believe, you're going to die in your unbelief. All right. Verse 5. Behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith Yahweh, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right? And therefore saith Yahweh, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. America is spiritual Egypt. Look on the back of the dollar. It shows the Egyptian captivity, or well, it shows the Egyptian pyramid, and then it shows America. Right? Ancient Egypt was our first captivity. America is our last. And I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. All right, so all the plagues that hit Egypt and much worse, because this is going to be the worst destruction ever, because this is the worst kingdom ever. All right, verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. All right, I'm going to stop there regarding that. Let me get Amos, what is that, 9 and 8. Amos 9 and 8. Behold, behold, Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith Yahweh. All right. For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahweh, that doeth this. All right, so the heathens are going to go into slavery, man. There's a lot of precepts to substantiate that. All right. And the third temple is being built. The third temple is spiritual, man. The third temple is the elect waking up, the elect coming together. All right. Well, let me get that. I'm going to close out with this. But just to tell you, read Deuteronomy 30. Like, read that whole chapter. That whole chapter is heavy. Well, you know what? No, maybe I won't close out yet. Just hold on. Because I'm gonna go with the Spirit. Let me read this precept and see what the Spirit tells me to do. This is Baruch 4:37. Lo, thy sons come whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh. All right, that's going into receiving the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures and hearkening unto Yahweh Yahushai, clinging back onto our power. All right, let me go down to verse 7 and I'll be done. Deuteronomy 30:4. If any of thine be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven, from thence will Yahweh thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. And Yahweh thy God will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, and multiply thee above thy fathers. And Yahweh thy God will circumcise thine heart, and the heart of thy seed, to love Yahweh thy God with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. And Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, now Yahweh speaks about in Ezekiel 37, I believe, about gathering the Israelites and bringing them back to their land. Let me get that. I'm going to close out with this. But like I said, read Deuteronomy 30. The whole chapter is heavy. All right, you can also read Psalm 78. Excuse me, Salaki, that's what's on the Spirit. Those are super heavy chapters. Excuse me, Salaki, I'm pretty sure. Well, let me check real quick for Psalm 78. I'm pretty sure I highlighted that whole chapter also. Psalm 78. Khan, read Deuteronomy 30 and Psalm 78, both really heavy chapters. I mean, if you want, I recommend it. You know, I advise it because it's super heavy. You can make lessons off it and all that. There's a lot of ways you can branch out from those chapters and make videos. I was going to get Ezekiel 37, which is also going into the new covenant, which for the new covenant you can read in Jeremiah 31, also Hebrews 8. There's Ezekiel 37. Let me get right to the point. Ezekiel 37:21, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, which mountains can be a metaphor for governments. And one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. So the southern and the northern kingdom are going to be one. This has not happened yet. This is happening right now. All right, this is the transition, because right now we're still in the old covenant, which is, you know, we're under grace from Yahweh Shai being the sacrifice. You know, thou would die, Yahweh Yahweh Shai, for waking us up, because this is the greatest gift. I'm going to say it's the greatest gift, right? Because it's going to lead to even greater things that we will receive in the near future. But we're making that transition into the new covenant, which is the new covenant is going to be in effect once we get those new bodies. All right, that's when the laws are going to be written in us, meaning we're going to be able to keep them all. All right, we're going to be perfect as Yahweh and Yahushai are right now. Well, Yahweh's always been perfect, and Yahushai is perfect, I believe, in the spirit, and he was perfect when he came as Yahushai, and he's perfect now. All right, but if you can receive it, Yahushai was different. He was in the flesh before, and he actually committed sin before. All right, but that's a whole nother lesson. But if you want to just get on it right away, like it immediately caught your attention, go to the Real Hebrew Israelites, all right, .com. So I'm going to say one more time, therealhebrewisraelites.com, and then press on like the top right, and then it should pop. There should be a bunch of things you can press on to go to a certain part of the website, and it will take you there, and you can, read about that. All right. But right now, all the tribes are coming together. All right, that third temple. This is Ezekiel 37:23. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. Verse 24, and David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them. Once again, for the new covenant, Ezekiel 37, there's also Jeremiah 31 and Hebrews 8. Ezekiel 37:25, and they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. All right, that's going to happen soon. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. My tabernacle also shall be with them, yea, I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, Yahweh, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore. All right, so with that said, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Racha, Kwadash, Dam Yad. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom.